political flyer. So I'm just going to go ahead straight into everything, and then we are going to start afresh. So of course we are going to bring in our background. We're going to bring in our background from our gallery. Alright, so that's going to be our background right there. That's going to be a background right there. We're just going to bring it in. We'll bring it in. Alright, and what we'll do here is we will tilt it so that it stands straight. Alright, so we'll click on that. So that's the icon I just clicked on. That's the icon I just clicked on right there. And then I'm going to put this one to let's make it 4:6, 6:8. Let's make it 4:6, so something like this should be okay. 4:6. And then I'm going to use this icon to shift it this way a bit, and then I'm going to use this icon right here, to also tilt it and then make it this way. So that's the one I just click. After that I'll just click on this one, and then that should be it. We have our background. The next thing is we'll bring in some images to just finish up the background work. So here we are bringing in the logo of the school, and we're going to just fade it into the background a little bit and make some design out of it. Alright, so we click on OK here, and we have it right here. We just increase it somehow like this, and then what we will do is we'll go to opacity, and then we'll try and reduce it, and then we'll go to color filters, and then what we want to do is we want to make this particular one fit inside the background. So just work on the opacity and then the color filters, something like that should be okay. So something like this should be okay. Something like this should be okay, and then we are gonna lock it. Before that, let me shift it to the side a bit. Alright, so now we have it, it's logged and everything. What we are going to do is we are going to bring in the image of the person. So that's the image of our person right here. We have it right there. And then what we are going to do is, of course, we're going to bring it in. We're going to bring it in. Alright, so that's it right there. We just increase it. Sometimes if you are designing and it becomes blurry like this, you don't worry about it, because it's going to kind of restore itself. So we'll leave it here like this, and then we'll lock it. And then I'm going to work on the logo we put at the background, something like that. Let's try and increase it a bit. Let me put this up and push the guy also up a bit. Alright, so something like this should be okay. Once again, if you are designing and it looks like the image you imported looks blurred, don't worry about it, because it is going to resolve itself. Alright, so the next thing we do is we'll bring in the logo of the school. bring in the logos. Alright, so we have this one right there. We're gonna bring it in and position it well, and then the next one we bring in the local Nux logo too as well. Alright, so we're just going to reduce the size of this one a bit and just position it right at the top. Position it right at the top. Alright, so somewhere here should be fine. You can reduce the size small, something like this should be okay. And then we bring in the other one. So that's the local Nux. We just hold it and bring it in. Alright, so that's it right there. Just going to reduce it and then just position it well. Is to reduce. Alright, so just position it well. So as I told you, you can see that the image has now brightened very. It's looking good now. Alright, so now I think the local Nux is, let me just increase it just a small little bit. Okay, and then just push it forward a bit. Alright, so just lock everything, and now we are going to move on to our text. We have our images, everything is locked up. We just bring in our text and we're going to write so here we are going to write University of Cape Coast. So University of Cape Coast. Okay, and then the font, the color is going to be white, of course. Then the font, we're going to choose any nice font. You can use Poppins or Blatant Bold. Let me use Poppins right here. So Poppins extra bold here. Extra bold is this too. I'm going to use Poppins semi bold here, and then I'll reduce the line spacing. Sorry, I'll reduce the spacing and just make everything small right here so that it can just fit there. Okay, so we can actually make it this way. Yeah, so University of Cape Coast. Go back. Alright, so now we'll position this right at where the logos are. I think it's too large. Let's reduce it. So we have it right there, University of Cape Coast, and position it well again. And what I'm going to do is, I use Poppins semi bold, but it's not too bold, so I'm just going to add extra bold here to it. So that should be good. University of Cape Coast. Now what we'll do is we'll copy this again, and then we're going to write National Representative Council. National Representative Council. Click on OK. Of course, we'll do it this way. I think I got it. It's local Nux. So National Union of Graduate Students. Yeah, National Union of Graduate Students, so something like that. And then we're going to use Poppins light or medium. Okay, You just want to create some sort of hierarchy. So use Poppins medium and just reduce it a bit. Increase the line spacing. Let me reduce it again, and then we'll just position it well. Alright, so I think we have to reduce our University of Cape Coast. We have to reduce the size so that we can get space for the National Union of Graduate Students. And then we can actually move everything right to the side. So this is how you move bulk things all together. So you select the ones you want to move, you click on this one right here, then you click on this one right there, and now you can move all of them at the same time. Okay, so this is okay. All right. I'm still going to reduce the University of Cape Coast again, and then I would try and increase the National Union of Graduate. I just want to make space for it, so let me put the University of Graduate Students upwards a bit, and then push the national. Good, I think this is okay. This is okay for me. This is okay for me. You can take your time and then work on it very well. Once we are done here, we're gonna go to our next text. So we are going to say something as Ke Sera Sera. I've forgotten the meaning of it, but you can look it up. Alright, so what we are going to do here, we're going to make the font any font that looks like Avigia. So something like Avigia Italic, that's what I'm using right now. Avigia Italic. Let me work on the padding. This is good. Okay, so we're going to say Ke Sera Sera, but then we'll do some designs to it. But before then, we'll bring in this particular text effect that I downloaded, and that's what we are going to look upon to actually do our thing. That's what we are actually going to look on. So the gold text effect, we are going to bring in the gold text effect. Alright, and what we will do is we'll select the first one, the color that we have set, and then we'll go to gradient, go to color, and then go to gradient, and select any of the colors there, just select any of them, and then we'll click on this icon where we pick the color. So here what we are doing is we are going to work with this particular one. That's what we are working with. So you click on it. If you are not there, you click on it, and then you are going to see everything straighten up. So what we'll do is we'll come down here, and then we'll click on this icon, and then we'll come to this icon, and what we'll do, you go to the gold, and then we start picking the colors exactly how they appear. So you can see some white layer come, so we'll select that, and then we'll pick it. And what we'll do is we click on plus, we click on the plus right here to create a different layer, and then we work on that one too, so we click here, and then you click on, of course, the icon to pick, and then you go to the gold, and then you pick the next layer of color. The next layer of color, you have to be very meticulous in doing this particular one. And then we'll put it right maybe here, and then we click on plus, and then we'll repeat the same process as well. Go to this one, and then go to the pick color. Okay, and then we'll pick the next layer of color. So we click on OK, click on OK. Then what we'll do is we'll push it right close to this one like that. Then we click on plus again, and then we repeat the same process. You go to the gold, and then you pick the next layer of color. Alright, pick the next layer of color, click on plus again, put it next, pick the next layer of color, something like that. Something like that. And you have to really take your time in doing this. We'll click on plus again, and then we'll pick the next layer of color again. It looks like deep black. Alright, so deep black right there, and we'll use this one as our last layer of color. We'll pick the last one. Alright, so in all, we are going to get something like this, and then push every single one forward a bit. We'll click on OK. So we'll get something like this. Okay, we'll get something like it, and what we'll do is we'll go to the stroke, and then we enable stroke, and then we go to gradient, and then we're going to do something at the stroke too. So you just pick any of the colors, and then we'll click on the plus, and what we'll do is the same thing here. We are working using the second one. We're going to work on this particular one here, so we click on this, the one here, and then we'll pick the color, of course. But here what we'll do is we'll pick there are two range of colors, some faint yellow, and then deep yellow. That's what we'll be using here. So you pick a faint yellow, you click on the plus to create a different one, click on it, you select a deep yellow, very deep yellow, very deep yellow. You can just make it even black. So this is what we are going to do. Then you click on the plus again, you select the faint yellow, again, so normally you can just pick from the same one you just picked from. Okay, this should be good. Well, we click on the plus again, push it, you select the deep or the black, the deep yellow kind of thing again. Then we just keep repeating the same process. So it's like we are creating kind of a pattern kind of. So I'm going deep, the deepest color here. Alright, and then you go to the yellow again. Okay, we'll go to the deepest here again. If you take your time to actually work on it, you can end up with some very nice design patterns. that would like really make the whole thing very. I've forgotten which one you're doing. Okay. Alright, so we are going with a light one. A light one. Select the next one again. Go deep. Alright. And then the last one, I think we'll go with the light one. So once you're actually done here, you can actually take your time and do a lot of adjustments. Okay, you can refine some of the colors. Like maybe I'll select this one, and I'll select this one, then I'll click here, and I can work here and make it even more lighter. Since it's light, I can send it backwards to make it even more lighter, and then I can just use the same style to work on the rest so that I get like a very consistent design. So I'm just going to click OK, and then I'll let you observe something like that. So you can see that it has created some sort of pattern around the text. We're going to increase this one here so that you can see it. Alright, so you can see that pattern around. Let me turn it off and turn it on. You can see that pattern around it, look, making the whole thing look very good. Let me put it at 4. So that's it. That's actually it. You can take your time, work on it, and then you get some nice pattern and designs. Alright, so we're going to copy this. We're going to copy this, and then we're going to type the rest. Okay, Sarah. Let me pause here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this whole thing all caps. I'm going to make this whole thing all caps. And one thing I didn't say, we are going to tilt this a little bit. So let me just delete this and then copy the one we've tilted. But now that we've done it, we don't need the gold again, so we can just delete it. So we'll type here Sarah. We'll make this real caps Sarah. We'll send it forward a bit. And then we'll copy it again, and then we'll just reduce it. Okay, so Sarah, something like that. Just bring this upwards, do your own arrangement to make the whole thing look nice. Let me push this right. Alright, so that's it. We are going to get something like this, and then we will leave it. Alright, so let's just lock it. Lock everything. And what we are going to do next is we're going to create a shape here. So this is a shape we have, and then we will color the shape. So I'm going to go to color, and then we are using gradient. Alright, so what we do with this shape is you go to the edit, and then you increase the round. Okay, you increase it, you click on OK, and then we go to the color, of course, go to the gradient, select any of them, click OK, and this time I'm going to use the first one here, so just click on it, then we'll click on the first one here. We click on it, and then we'll pick a color, any red part, very red, click on OK. Now we go to the next one at this side. We'll pick a color. We'll pick at a slightly black part. Although it's red, it's going into the black. So we get something like that. Then you click on OK. So overall, you are going to get something like this. We'll try and reduce it a bit like that. But then we'll shift this. You go to perspective. Go to perspective here. And then what you are going to do is going to enable perspective. So excuse me, let me come here. We're going to enable perspective, and what we do is you use here and here and here and here to just like make it as if the box has been italicized. So tilt everything slightly to the right, tilt everything slightly to the right like that. So you need to really take your time to do this very precisely. Alright, so we get something like that, very looking nice. So we are gonna use this size to enable, sorry, increase it, and then of course we'll use a alright, we're going to type something here. Alright, so we're going to enlarge this. Let me reduce it this way, enlarge it to the side like this. I'll make an adjustment to the perspective that we did. Just shift it slightly this way so that it aligns with the cursor, and then the radius too shouldn't go that high. Okay, so this should be okay. We'll take it like this. We'll take it like that. So as you can see here, you can see that our shape here is aligning with the cursor. Let me work on the color a bit. The black part should be very black so that we get some distinction. So something like that. So we are going to type in our text, but before then let me lock it. Of course, everything you do, you lock it. I just lock the text I was going to use. So here we are typing in local Nux. We make everything caps, and then we'll pick maybe Poppins, any of the Poppins that is italicized. Okay, we want to make sure. So Poppins italic, Poppins semi-bold italic, Poppins italic. Okay, let's use Poppins italic, and then we'll just tilt it in a way so that it goes with the whole text. So this is kind of okay with me. I'm going to work on this is kind of okay with me. I'm going to reduce the spacing so that it looks all together, and then we'll copy this and then we'll type president. All right, we'll increase this a bit, and then we're going to make this one Poppins very bold. So we choose the Poppins extra bold italic, or Poppins bold italic. So local Nux, let me send the local Nux upward a bit. We'll send this one upward, and then we'll copy the local Nux again. We'll bring it down here, and then we'll type hopeful, and then we'll bring this bar here, 25. That means 2025, and just position it well. Just bring it down well. Alright, so something like that. Let me bring the president down, and then we're going to lock everything. Another thing we are going to do is we're going to go here. This is the shape we were working with you're going to copy that same shape again. Just copy it, and we're going to reduce the shape. We're going to reduce it. We are going to use it for something interesting here. We'll change the color, and we'll make it the gold color. Just work on it here. We just pick any of the gradient colors, of course. Then we're going to work on it here. Of course, we are using the first one, so just make sure it is at the first one like that. And then we'll click on this particular one, the first bar. Make sure it's here, and then click on the first bar, and then we'll pick the colors from there. All right, I just sent out the gold. Okay. All right, so I'm bringing in. So now what we will do is we'll go to color, we'll select the shape, we'll go to color, we'll go to gradient, just pick any of them, click on plus, make sure it's at the first one, and then come to the first bar here, and then we'll pick a color from the gold. So you can just bring this back in. We'll pick a color here, a yellow color, and then go to the next bar at the other side. I will pick a yellow color bar slightly close to black, so it's like yellow but then getting into the black side. This will be difficult to pick, but then you just have to work on. Alright, we'll pick this, and then we just move it into the black like that, and then click on OK. Oh, it didn't work, so we'll just do it again. Alright, so something like this. So we would reduce it. I'll reduce it, increase it down here. Alright, and now we'll lock it, and then we'll copy the precedent, and then you will type this word. That's the person's, I don't know, tagline or something like that. Elik. Elibeye. I think it's the person's tagline, so we'll make it this way. I'll make the E capital, click on OK, and just reduce it. Okay, reduce it, and then we'll position it well. And of course we are going to change the color. So here you just play with the color to find out a color that really matches the whole thing. So I think this one does, but let me make some more adjustment to it. So something like this. Now we can delete the gold, we don't need it. Once again, we don't need it, so we can just put on this icon here. You see that the gold will disappear. Alright, so we are almost done with the design, but it's left with the person's name. So we'll click on, sorry, so we are going to click on, sorry, we are going to click on the plus, bring in our text, and then we'll type the person's name. Elikem Elikem, click on OK. So here what we'll do is work with the font. Okay, we're going to pick a signature font. I don't know which one we'll use, but then let's see. Alright, so the font we are going to use is the Hayden Gray. You can download it on 101font.com or thefont.com. So Hayden Gray, That's it right there. That's the one we are going to use. All right, so it's going to be somehow like this. Elechem. Let's try and increase it a bit. No, I think I'll reduce it rather, and then we'll just position it here. Then we'll copy it, and then we'll type the person's other name, Dovi. Okay. All right. All right. So something like that. Let me try and reduce it. Yeah, something like that. And then the next thing we are going to do is we are going to bring in it's a little line that was just it's additional touch that I thought about. I learned from my mentor as well. I'm gonna need one of these lines, so we will color it white, of course, very clean white, and click on OK. Now since we don't need all of them, we'll go to eraser, increase this to and increase this by, and then we'll delete one, or we'll delete and then just leave only one of these. We'll just leave the first one and click on OK. So that should be it. So what we'll do is we'll push. All right, what we'll do is we'll go to crop, and I'm gonna click on this icon here so that I turn the other one. All right, that's good. And then we'll just increase it a bit here, and then we'll try and enlarge the whole thing. I'm trying to do something like this, something like that, but let me tilt it. All right, let me tilt it again. I'm trying to get a particular kind of, and then just reduce the size, increase it as well. I'm trying to get something here. All right, I'm gonna go to the eraser again, and then there's a particular part in that shape that is disturbing me. I'm just going to delete it from there. I don't need it. Alright, so it's actually just this side. It's really disturbing. We'll just take it out from there, click on OK, and that should be it. That should be it. Good, so something like this should be good. I'm not getting the desired shape, so I'm actually trying to manufacture it myself. That's why it's becoming that difficult. Alright, we just tilt it like this and increase the side, so you can actually work on it in your own way. Alright, I think I finally got it. Just one last touch. So when you get to this part, you can actually just work on it on your own. Try and find out where how exactly it should be like. Okay, I don't want the video to be long. Alright, so I'll go with this. I'll go with this. At least I'll go with this. At least you understand how to go about it and then how to do it. So that's it. With something like this, you've gotten your design. You've gotten your overall design. Everything is looking good. You can make some personal adjustment to it, and that's it. You have your final design, and then you can always remember that you can add additional touches to it on Snapseed. It makes your work more extra quality. Okay, you can add some additional qualities to it on Snapseed. Okay, so this should end this tutorial. Try your hands on it, work on it, and actually finish it up, and let me see your work.